Welcome, everyone, to a very special episode of Everything Entertainment with Huge and Trio. We are talking all things Game of Thrones. It's a little bonus episode we decided to do. Since we did miss last week, we thought we'd just kind of wrap up our thoughts on Battle of the Bastards, season finale, and just kind of this whole season all together. So we'll just go right into it. Battle of the Bastards, Huge. How fucking insane was this?
Okay, so if I have to say anything about the episode, it totally confirms, in my opinion, the way everything was shot and the way everything laid out. Not even necessarily like what happens in the end, but what happens like on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. Jon Snow almost gets killed like 13 times.
At least.
And he doesn't. And he like escapes death.
He almost gets trampled to death.
Time.
He almost gets run over by a bunch of other horses on another occasion.
He almost gets buried in dead bodies.
Yeah,
like, and I think like that. I took that as like Jon Snow is not just an ordinary guy, and I really think he's the prince who was promised. I really am like kind of convinced at this point that he is Azor Ahai. Yeah. Like he is like the one who is supposed to defeat the White Walkers.
This episode was kind of funny too because I thought it was going to be Battle of the Bastards, like Winterfell stuff the entire time. Like I didn't expect to see anything else, but then we got some stuff in Meereen, as well as some stuff. Did we get anything in King's Landing? No, we didn't.
No.
So it was we saw in Meereen that the Greyjoys have finally showed up. Somehow they magically teleported over to Meereen, and we see their interaction with Daenerys. And it is really interesting. It's cool. It's some really cool stuff.
It's actually a
what's
pretty
her
cool
name? Theon's sister. I can't remember. Something. She's
Yar,
interacting with Dany. They're like
Yar
flirting,
something.
and I'm like, who even saw that one coming? Like it's just a really cool character moment. Didn't see like that happening so quick. I guess they're just really kind of chugging along now, which I like. But that was amazing. Also, we see the Master's fate. Finally.
Yeah, they're finally pretty much cut down, which I'm kind of glad because like I was like Dany's story, and we'll talk about it more when we talk about finale too. I was really sick and tired of like all this like dumb crap happening in Meereen and in Essos with the Masters, and like I really was like, all right, let's go to Westeros. And,
let's get there. We need to.
But yeah, I'm glad she finally stopped. Like they attack Meereen and she comes back with the dragons, and it's pretty much
it's a great scene because like she brings them up and they start insulting her, and Tyrion is like, we're here to negotiate surrender, like just there's no need for insults. And then they go this whole spiel, and then Daenerys is like, yeah, well, we're here to negotiate your surrender, not mine. And then she gets on the dragons, right? She gets on a dragon.
Yeah, she gets on dragon.
Rides them across the sea, or like over the sea. Just starts burning up ships. All the slaves are like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like they don't even understand, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And then they just basically, Tyrion just goes, "All right, you guys can die for the Masters, who would never die for you, or you can go home to your friends and family right now and live forever, or live your life." And they're like, "Okay," and just drop their shit and run. And then they tell them, all right, give up one of you guys to be sacrificed. And two of the guys give up the one dude they say is an outsider. And they get killed by Grey Worm, which I love too. It was just a whole really cool scene, to be honest. As a cherry on top, just for even the Winterfell battle.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really have any like insight about that part. So, head back to Winterfell.
Jon is leading into this battle.
Yeah,
he's outnumbered, obviously. He's having trouble dealing with the fact that, like, he's like, I just got to do this. Like, there's no point at this point. We've exhausted all our resources. We've gone to every house. If we don't attack now, there's no point. And Sansa's like, well, we need more men or whatever. Which, I mean, what do you think? Like, she was kind of being.
I think it's funny how like she's the only one who actually knows Theon and Ramsay, and no one consults her. Like
Jon sort
the
of
first
knows.
time Jon meets Ramsay is in this episode. That's the first time they've ever interacted in the show ever. Mm-hmm. Same with probably Davos as well, and Tormund obviously, and like all the other guys. They've never met him. They don't know this dude. Sansa does. Sansa's like lived his brutality and like what
she's been there through it all. The thick
yeah,
and thin.
yeah. So like, and it's kind of funny. Like, you know, she gives her input, and like Jon really doesn't want to hear it, but he knows her, or she knows him.
Yeah, like
You
she
know?
knows him inside and
Yeah.
out. She's been there when all this shit has gone down. He knows how he thinks, or she knows how he thinks. He's a crazy motherfucker, and he likes to toy with people. And Jon just kind of doesn't get
And he
that
totally falls for it.
at the beginning with
You know,
Rickon.
so the battle starts with, you know, they're gonna release Rickon, and he kind of like, you know, he's
it's just a
playing
game.
some
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
So like he lets him go and
Tells him to run.
starts shooting at him with arrows. I feel like he misses on purpose.
Oh, totally. Those first
yeah,
couple
I'm like,
shots.
I don't think he's actually
Still
missing.
think if Rickon serpentined, he
Prob-
would never have gotten shot. But hey,
Yeah.
you got to do some
So
shit.
Rickon gets killed by an arrow. That's what happens. And Jon, like, his emotions and his feelings get the best of him and goes in alone.
And he's like halfway
And that's pretty much
between
when-
both of the like
The
war or what is it? Soldiers.
forces,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's pretty much where the battle pretty much begins. And
It's
it's
just
the Boltons pretty
it's
much
visceral.
have the entire fight. Like Jon Snow really fucks up. Like as
well,
much.
it's not even that he like fucks up.
No,
it's just
he
that
does. Yes, he does.
Well,
If he
no,
didn't
at the
run-
beginning, yeah, he shouldn't have
Yeah.
run in. I will give
Yeah.
him that. But either way, he only has 2,000 men to their 6,000, or like 2,500 to their 6,000.
It's
Either
like
way,
half.
yeah, I will admit he could have totally started the battle way smarter. He shouldn't have ran out literally to the center of both of them. But either way, I think at the beginning, at the end of this, it would have ended the same way with him. Basically, dude, it's when those horses are charging him and he just pulls out his sword. I'm like, let's go! Like, and the whole just horses
Yeah.
hit each other.
Dude,
There's
that
guys
whole
getting taken
battle's
off
really so well
horseback,
choreographed. It was submitted for this episode. Was submitted for the Emmy.
which it should be. I
Oh
mean,
my
dude, it was
God.
done
It
so
was,
well. The director,
like-
I mean, even the finale too. But we'll get into that.
I was thinking about like this whole battle. I'm like, we really do not see combat like this in the show. They
A
talk
lot,
about
yeah.
it. We saw Hardhome, which really wasn't a
It was more of a massacre than a battle.
not even like a battle. It was just
That's
it
what I'm
was
saying,
it was
yeah.
more. I mean, like I'm not gonna say. I was just gonna say guerrilla, but like,
it's
dude.
like a massacre. It's literally like they just
I mean,
came
like,
in and just killed
Winterfell's
everyone.
like
Yeah.
a massacre too.
Yeah.
Dude, there's like a pile of bodies that Jon Snow gets buried in, and there's nothing to begin with, and he literally gets piled on. And
Well,
like,
yeah, he stumbles and then everyone's trampling.
it's
all
not even
over.
like people are doing it on purpose.
No,
It's
they just
like
don't know
there's-
he's under
it's
there.
so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
chaotic that
and
like you
that's
know.
the like kind of moment where he's just like, I gotta push through this, and he comes up and he
And it's
gasps.
kind of like him being born again. Like there's a lot of symbolism in that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he takes that breath in season or in episode 2. And yeah, he like comes out of like
and then
the
that's
metaphorical womb.
basically they get enclosed, and there's I don't know what the maneuver's called, but they basically get squished in by
It's like
a circle of shields, and there's
it's
people
like a
just prodding.
phalanx type thing.
And you just think it's all going to go downhill. I mean, obviously, everyone's guessing Jon Snow's not going to die again. There's no point.
Dude, I
welcoming
really
back
thought
Tom.
2 times I'm like, Jon Snow's dead. I'm like, this is fucking it. I'm like, he's gonna die.
I didn't think he was going to die there, just because the way that they just set this up this whole season, that it's all about him. And if they did, I would have been like, fuck, I could see that happening, but I just didn't. It didn't enter my mind. And then the Knights of the Vale ride in. You see Sansa and Littlefinger sitting on the hill. First off, why in the fuck did she not tell him that
Because you
she
didn't
has
trust him.
bullshit? Why? Like, why don't
You just didn't trust
I
him.
don't know. I just think it's so annoying. There's no reason in hell that she should not have told him, "Hey, I have this whole army of 2,000." What would he have done if she told him? If she told him this, how would she have? Why? How would
I don't
he have
know, but
betrayed
like
her?
you gotta remember that like
I get it. She
she does not. She has a good relationship with him, and she doesn't at the same time. She's her father's illegitimate child. Like
Well,
they even
he's
they
her father.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they even say that. Like when they first meet, like
Well,
they talk,
Littlefinger says that he's like, she like, have fun with your brother. He's like, oh wait, I mean your half brother or something along those lines.
yeah, like Jon and Sansa talk like Sansa like doesn't mistreat Jon, but doesn't treat him as an equal like compared to like Robb or Bran because he's not, you know.
Well, I think she does now.
No, she does now,
Yeah,
but
at the
before.
beginning, yeah,
and that's
she was,
when like that was the prior relationship.
she was
before
lower.
That
Yeah,
moment.
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he was lower. They didn't even have a scene or anything together in the beginning seasons, and it's just funny to see like this relationship.
She adopted
that you never
her
think about
mom's
it.
attitude because her mom didn't like
Even just
John.
her mannerisms and everything. I just totally see her mom now in her,
Yeah.
and they've really done a good job of like kind of showing that transition of like. Even in the finale, she talks about she's like, I've had all these things. Like when I was back then, I was looking for all the things that I want, but not focusing on the things that I had. And she was just this bitchy little teenager.
I didn't
who
think
just wanted
Sansa
it.
was a bitch.
She annoyed that.
I didn't.
Have you
she didn't-
rewatched the series at all? I'm just saying because
No.
I didn't think she was either, and I went back and watched the beginning season. She was a total bitch during those first seasons. Not to say she hasn't gotten wet. She's grown as like an actual adult. Like she was just she was a teenager back then in those beginning seasons. So obviously she's gonna act like that. She wants. But now she's an adult. She realizes, fuck, I should have just focused on what I had and not worried about it. Especially after all the shit she's gone through.
Yeah, so once the Knights of the Vale come in, that's pretty much game over. Like that's.
He takes them all out.
The Starks
basically.
pretty much win, and
They charge
Ramsay
Winterfell.
retreats. Tormund, 1-1, and Jon charge Winterfell. Dude, 1-1.
That's the giant, right?
Dude, yeah. Without him, they wouldn't have won. You know, he pushed.
They wouldn't have
that
been able
gate
to
in,
go
man.
through the gate.
They
Yeah.
pushed that. He pushed that gate in and died. Rip, man,
Mhm.
rip. But like, yeah, that's.
He's
kinda,
supposedly the last giant, right? Too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because another one dies in Castle Black. Remember,
Yeah.
in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a few die when they siege the wall for the first time. Or this is, no, I think it's the same battle. Whatever.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, and then when Ramsay and Jon like have their solo combat, and he just shoots arrows, and he just doosh, doosh, blocking one by one, and then just
starts beating the shit
like
out
hits
of
him with his shield, is beating the crap out of him, just like pummeling this dude's face into the ground.
But then he looks over at Sansa and he's like, "Wait,
It's
I'm
not-
not the one that should be able to
Exactly.
do it."
It's
Yeah.
not even like a wait, like my sister is
He's
watching
watching
me,
it, yeah.
and like it's more like a
Wait,
like,
she
you
deserves
deserve
this.
this more than
Yeah.
I do,
Uh-huh.
and that's exactly what happens.
She feeds him to the dogs.
Yep, and I knew really had a feeling. I don't know if I said this to you, but like I'm like I feel like Ramsay's gonna get eaten by dogs
I
or
think he
like
did.
the
I do
dire
remember
wolf
that.
or something, because like he does it like 3 or 4 times to like 3 or 4 separate people. Like he like so it's kind of like
One
it's
thing
just
that was
deserved.
confusing though was like how she was like, He said I haven't fed my dogs for like a week,
Yeah.
and then she says that to him like as she's about to leave him. She left before he says that. Like at the beginning.
What?
It's like, you know, when he says that at the beginning of the episode when he's talking to Jon,
Yeah.
Sansa leaves before Ramsay says like I haven't fed my dogs for 7 weeks.
Whatever.
I was like, well, how did she know that then, Gooch? This
I
makes
like her.
no sense.
I like her little smirk too.
Oh, it's great. She's her. We'll talk about it with Arya too. Women are getting crazy, man. Crazy. Insane. I mean,
Yeah, man. It's been a wild ride.
I'm trying to think what else we're missing. I mean,
That's it. That's
That's
all that
really
happens
it,
in this
yeah.
episode.
it was really well
You know,
shot.
Winterfell is back under the control of the Starks for the first time since season 2.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when you see those banners drop,
That was such a moment, man.
it really was. It was one of the most satisfying moments in the show, I think, ever.
All right, let's move on to the finale. Let's take
Some visceral
let's
stuff
do
happened on
let's do King's Landing stuff first. Talk about nothing else. We'll
All
just
right.
talk about King's Landing. All right, the trial. We've been. This has pretty much been built up since literally last season.
Yeah.
like around
Like
the
mid
9th,
last season,
10th,
yeah.
No, 9th, 10th episode.
Was it
They
okay.
started talking about
Because
it.
that's when she did her.
Walk of Shame.
Yeah.
I think it was the 9th episode. I think it was the
Mhm.
second to last episode.
So, the trial is supposed to be commencing
In the
for-
Sept.
In the Sept for Marjorie's brother. What's his name?
Loras.
Loras Tyrell, the Knights of the Flower, and for the Queen as well. So Loras shows up. He goes through his whole trial. He decides to devote his life to the faith. Honestly, you can tell just because he doesn't want to be tortured. He's literally.
I mean,
just
like
been,
me. You know, I think in a way he does. He is kind of.
Oh well, yeah, but that's because he's literally been brainwashed and beaten.
Yeah,
into, like,
Marjorie on the
submission.
other hand was pretty much manipulating them.
Oh,
But,
definitely. Like, by the end, she just was like,
Yeah.
okay, fine, but just to get
Yeah,
out
so
of
they
there.
do his trial. He confesses. He becomes one of the Faith Militant.
Mm-hmm. They carve his head in, like, with the star.
Yeah, so at this point, like, Cersei still hasn't shown up. Tommen's still not there. Marjorie's like...
Like, something's up. Like, why isn't she here? Like, she knows what's going to happen if she's not
And
here.
the High Sparrow's like, you know...
Like, calm down. Like,
tells Lancet Lannister to goes to get her. And on his way out, you know, he sees the little bird, follows him. Did you know exactly what was going on when he started? I knew exactly what was happening.
I assumed what was happening. I was like, oh,
God. They're going for the wildfire. Because specifically, about 3 or 4 times, they talk about wildfire being in caches in the city from
underneath,
the Mad King.
yeah, because
whether
he was
it's in
light
Bran's
it up.
flashback,
We see the city blowing up.
Yeah,
in Bran's flashback. Yeah.
So that's he can either see the future or, you know, whatever was going on there.
There's supposedly, I was reading the theory online that, like, there's also, you know how we see Jaime looks like he's about to assassinate the Kingslayer?
Yeah.
There's also another one where apparently it looks like he's using his left hand, and he looks like he has his short hair. So they're like, is that him about to kill Cersei? Like, and...
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to it, but... No, yeah, we'll talk about it. So, like, What's-His-Face dies. What the hell's his name? I always forget that Maester's name.
Oh, I can't remember the weird one, the old dude that's just like, I never. Oh. Like,
Yeah,
he's always,
like, he gets killed.
he
I don't even
pretends to have
understand
him
why he dies, but, like,
well, it's because
I understand.
he's not friends with Cersei, and
Yeah,
he has the
yeah.
other dude. And
So he dies. He gets killed by the
little birds. They're being taken over by the other Maester that's coming in that made
Maester.
that made the Hound or the Mountain into what he is as we know him. So basically, Marjorie starts to realize shit's hitting the fan. Like, this isn't good that we're not.
Leave.
Yeah, we
yeah,
need to all get out.
I like how she says it. Like, Cersei knows what will happen if she's not here, but she's not here anyway.
So she knows that she's not gonna face any consequences for why she's here.
Yeah, and then the High Sparrow's like, nah.
And then all of a sudden you can tell,
what
like,
do you
on his
mean,
face.
Nah?
I rewatched the scene this morning just because I was like, I just want to see it again.
Oh no! Okay, so like, that the little kid is lighting the black fire or the wildfire.
Well, he basically put a candle into the wildfire and let it burn down until it hits.
It's like a fuse.
Yeah, exactly.
And Lancet tries to
crawl over and I guess attempt to put it out, but he realizes he's too late. There's 3 candles basically leading down into the wildfire. It catches and literally eviscerates the entire castle. Like, it disintegrates him.
High Sparrow, Marjorie, Lord Tyrell,
Cersei's uncle. What's his name's brother?
Oh yeah,
the
Hand of the King.
Yeah.
Lancet Lannister. Loras Tyrell. That's 6 people.
And we should say in the
died.
meantime, Tommen was stopped from going by the mountain.
Yeah, Tommen is still back at the castle. Like, he was gonna leave, and
he
Cersei's
witnesses
still
the
back
entire
there.
thing.
They both watch it. So, like, it's pretty interesting. One, I'm really pissed Marjorie's dead. I thought she was gonna make it to the end. I really did. Because, like, she is so manipulative.
Yeah.
And, like, she gets out of all this stuff because she's smart.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, she couldn't get out of this because, like, she couldn't it's not even, like, outsmarting.
It's just like she
have known?
yeah.
And it's kind of funny. Her grandmom says that to Cersei. Like, what are you gonna do?
Kill everyone? Yeah.
That's exactly what she does. Like, literally. She wipes out.
She wipes
House
out
Tyrell.
Yeah.
House Tyrell is done.
Basically,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. There's nothing they can do.
Well, same with the Boltons. Going back, the Boltons are done.
Yeah, their line is gone.
Dead.
It's been severed.
Yeah.
And even Sansa says, like, your history will be, your family will be wiped from the history books.
I mean, Tyrells are the same way, except for the ones who are left. But there's no males.
And but dude, that's the whole scene. Just the green fire, everything was so well done.
See that
and then Tommen cuts to Tommen.
Like,
my favorite scene of the whole episode. The way it's just silent. He's just staring
not even
out.
Before that, but he's watching for a little bit before. And, and what's going through my head is he knows he just killed all those people because of the fact that he starts listening to the
Faith Mountain. Yeah, like he's like,
and like gets conned into it essentially.
And then he realizes
he is the reason why that happened. Then on the flip side, actually, wait, no. Go back to Tommen. So Tommen pretty much doesn't know what to do with himself and kills himself.
Well, the way he does it is just
Takes off. Yeah,
the
so
way he takes off
his crown.
yeah, he takes off his crown. He puts it down, and you think he's just leaving. Like, I thought he was leaving for a
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just silently, he just gets up, steps in the...
No hesitation.
Just
none. There's
falls
like
right down.
literally, I was like, I gasped. I was like, oh my god.
Not a second thought, just
Oh my
literally
God, yeah.
leans down, goes down, kills himself.
And the prophecy is fulfilled. All of Cersei kids are dead. And this is where I said, Cersei killed her son. She's the reason Tommen is dead.
no.
Yeah, so like she is to blame.
Dude, there was... And even this whole scene, then she puts on her dress was so cool. Just the whole way she looked. She had, like, the metal shoulders with, like, the metal going across the metal chain. She had...
And she
there was so
becomes
much,
queen.
like, almost, like... It reminded me of, like, Nazi iconography. Almost like how, like, it's everyone just standing. You have the Queen Regent. She has her all black
She's not
on.
even the Queen Regent. She's
Not
the
even...
queen.
Yeah, she's the Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
She is just the
And-
almighty.
and,
And the whole final scene just of her in
And
the
Jaime
throne.
sees it from before he gets into the city. He's like outside the city limits, and he sees it, and he's like, "Oh,
What's
my
going
God."
on? Yeah.
So like, and then he gets back. He sees her appointed,
On the throne,
Queen.
basically. Yeah.
and he's like, just
He gives her
looking
just
at
the dirtiest look.
Dude,
Like the
Jaime's
dirtiest look.
Jaime, if Cersei dies, it's Jaime. I really think.
Or Arya. I mean,
A lot of someone said that, but I'm like, I think Jaime. I
That
think
would be
what's,
the
what's
craziest
interesting
fucking
about
thing ever.
Jaime is everyone hated him season 1. Who liked Jaime Lannister in the beginning? Who thought you would like him? No one.
no, and he
And,
fucking
like,
pushed the kid out of him.
Once he gets his hand cut off and kind of has his whole thing with
Like retribution,
Brienne,
basically.
you kind of start liking him and like
You feel for him,
realize
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not like this bad guy. I don't think he is, and like he knows he has more heart than Cersei, obviously, and I think he realizes that like what she did was absolutely like not cool.
She basically killed most of her kids. Basically, like she basically got what's his name killed, Joffrey. Just because she didn't
The events,
basically
I mean,
raise
she
him
kill-
right. Yeah,
She kills.
she's
She kills
the
Robert.
chain reaction.
She kills Robert.
Yeah, she's the chain reaction for what causes a lot of her kids' deaths. And the way she just kind of accepts it, like she's looking over his dead body, and it's basically, you can tell it's just totally fucked up. Like, they don't show it, but the way the angle, like, it looks like his skull's crushed. Can't see anything. He's like, where do you want me to bury him? And she's like, burn him and lay his ashes where the steps used to be.
What?
And you can tell at this point she's just
She, like, doesn't
fuck-
even
She's like,
care.
fuck everything. Like, at this point, I'm gonna be queen. Oh, and then she takes the one sept,
Oh,
the
the
nun,
nun.
or whatever,
the shame nun.
and
Yeah, I don't even care about her. I thought that was pretty
That was
funny.
it was great. She
Yeah, and the
fucking
mountain
wakes up.
takes his helm off. Oh my god. Yeah, so like she's torturing the shame nun.
The
for
way
every-
she was tortured, basically, by her.
Yeah, yeah, and then she gets the mountain to torture her. Dude,
Like, you
it's,
don't even know what like I don't even want to know what happens. Like, he comes in, takes off his helmet, and then he's like unbuckling stuff. I'm like, what is gonna happen?
do you think somebody? I was talking to somebody today at work, and like, he was like, do you think he's raping her?
That's
I'm
what
like,
I was thinking. Like,
I'm like,
the way that because he was taking like shit off.
I didn't even notice he was taking shit off.
The way
I knew
he-
he took his helmet off.
He
and
takes off his helmet, and then as she's leaving, you can see him like unbuckling shit.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I
It's
would have to
weird.
go back and watch it. I mean,
No, it's Game of Thrones. They didn't show it, but it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck? Like, Cersei is bat shit insane.
she's like
She's
truly-
nothing
she's
to live
truly
for.
the villain
She's
now.
nothing.
She's truly
yeah,
the villain.
She's
Besides,
nothing to lose.
Like the High
Nothing at
Sparrow
all.
was more the villain, this season. Like now, she is like the penultimate, besides like the Night King. So
I think that's everything King's Landing wise.
Yeah.
Just a good wrap up on that story. I got to say, what I wanted to see, even though we kind of could have guessed the the wildfire thing, it still paid off really well. And the whole scene, just the music that was playing, it was awesome. Great stuff.
Winterfell.
Winterfell.
All right. So first scene we get is kind of like some talking between Sansa and Jon. It's nothing crazy. They're just kind of like going over things. And after that, we get a scene with Bran real quick. Benjen drops him off at the wall. There's a weirwood tree, and he's going to warg before they go.
One thing that kind of confused me on this was not even that I care, and that's
About
a big
Benjen?
deal. No, not Benjen. It was like with the weirwood tree. I was like, they didn't really kind of. I get why it's important, but I feel like they didn't explain well enough why Bran needed to go back to that tower scene.
No, they don't.
Like, I just feel like we know why, because we're into that, and we really kind of
Unless
dove
he
deep
is
into this.
Alzar High, and like he's the one who's going to stop.
And maybe that's, I guess what they're kind of banking on is that you think, like, he was stopped by the Raven at this point, and he was like, you're not ready for this, and maybe that's why he just was drawn so strongly back to that.
So, the Tower of Joy scene, R plus L, indeed equals J. And like
they
don't even
explicitly
spell it out,
say,
but like it's very much implied.
Like, you can connect the dots easily.
I like his little baby face. He's like, ugh.
So, yeah, we see, I don't know, it was kind of cheap. I wish they didn't do the whisper thing. Like, what was the need for that? I don't care, and it doesn't detract from it for me. But like, just why did you just say it? Just, you don't need to whisper to him. Just like that was, just let us know. And I get that they did do it when they kind of flash between like the baby's face and then flash right to John's like in the exact same position. So that gives you obvious confirmation.
I kind of thought Baby John's face was really funny. It was just like, I'm Baby Jon Snow.
Why is that? Why am I
he like,
Japanese?
but like, he wasn't crying. He was just
chilling, man.
He was just chilling.
You see Lyanna, she's in the bed. Obviously, there's blood everywhere. Ned's just kind of like, I'm here. She's like, oh, you're not a dream. Cool scene. R plus L indeed equals J, as you said. And I mean, that basically wraps that up, which is nice.
But the last scene is like Lyanna Mormont's speech to Jon Snow is just absolutely
it's great.
Incredible.
So basically,
And
everyone's like, why should we follow Jon?
Yeah, and pretty much, basically, to sum it up, the North remembers. That's basically, like, without, like, word for word saying what she says, like, she tells them, like,
like, none of you were here to fight when we needed you.
But, like, the North remembers.
Yeah.
Like, and in the end, the true king of the North is Stark. Like, bottom line.
She's like,
it
I
doesn't
don't care
matter
if
if
that's
he's
his
a
name.
bastard.
Yeah.
Like, he did it.
He has Ned
like,
Stark's blood running through his veins. Well, that's as far as he knows.
He technically does.
Well, he
it's
has.
Just not Ned. It's Lyanna's.
Lyanna's blood, but hey. And Rhaegar, oh, dude. It would be crazy, though, if he, like, got in, like, fire somehow and just didn't get burned. And you were like, what the fuck? Like, that would be the ultimate just confirmation. But, like, why can Dany not get burned and, like, her brother could?
Her brother didn't get burned.
Well, I mean, he got the gold poured on him. And, like, she was saying...
that's a little different.
Well, but she was saying, that shouldn't have killed him. Fire can't hurt us. Like, she literally addresses it.
Does she?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And I was just like, I'm confused about that, so I don't know if that's literally just her. But anyways, we got our questions answered for that one, which is nice. A lot of questions answered this whole episode.
Yeah,
but going
a lot of payoffs, man. You can tell Game of Thrones is getting to the end. You really can.
2 seasons left.
Yeah, you really can
supposedly
tell.
They're going to be shorter, which I think they should be,
shorter
honestly.
And more focused and, like, more grandiose.
I would love to see them do, like, 6 hour and 15 episodes. Like, that would be...
That's what, I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Like, that would be perfect.
But the pretty much last things that happened in the season finale, Daenerys is finally going to Westeros. She has she's with the Greyjoys, and she's sailing. That's all that pretty much happens. But we get a Dorne scene, which we haven't seen since
reading
episode
my mind.
1,
yep.
which was fine. And we didn't really need to.
You see,
we know that Dorne is under new leadership, and Grandmom Tyrell is there. I forget her name.
Elena, I'm pretty sure is her name, right? I thought
it was like Oriana or Elena.
Whatever. But yeah, Marjorie's grandmother's there. She's like, I lost everything.
And she knows at this point. So, like, I guess a certain amount of time has passed. And, like, they are on their last leg. The Tyrells are done. The Martells, are trying to get back at Cersei. Varys is there to be like, and he says something of fire and fire and blood.
Mm.
So now we got the Targaryens, the Greyjoys, the Martells, and the Tyrells.
And the Dorns.
Martell. They live in Dorne. They're the Martells.
Oh.
Yeah, Oberyn Martell.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're just from Dorne.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm happy. Because, honestly, like, this is what I wanted. I don't know where they're aiming for. Are they going to King's Landing? Where are they going?
They're not really very
I mean, they're
clear on
obviously
it.
They're
assuming
going to
like they could dock in the Iron Islands, take that back, and then
they're probably you know what? That's probably exactly what's going to happen. They're probably
that would make the most sense. But yeah, we close with just an amazing shot of just the dragons and the fleet, and just that's it. And it was so satisfying.
That's the end.
It really paid off this season well. Next season is just going to be a blast. This season,
I'm really excited. This episode, like I really like it. This was like probably the best episode of the show, in my opinion.
There was just so much payoff.
Yeah, like so much shit. Like, okay, Dany has been trying to get to Westeros since episode 1.
Literally,
Jon Snow's thing has been since episode 1. You know,
I mean, dude,
Ramsay,
winter's here. Winter is here. Like,
yeah.
we've been saying that for fucking 6 years. Winter's coming. Like,
Yeah,
and it's here.
yeah.
Also, we forgot about Sam. Okay, so Sam finally makes it to the Citadel with
in Old Town.
With what's her name?
Gilly
and
Sam J
and Sam Jr. Sam Jr. as they call him. So
no, they don't call him that.
Actually, no one calls him that. Trio, shut up.
This is like our comedy relief of the episode. You know, he gets there, he sees, you know, he gets in the Citadel, kind of like, it's funny. I think it's really ironic that, like, you know, he checks in with like the fucking like like desk guy,
and he's literally just there, and he's like, "Yeah,
and,
I've been sent
by
from Castle
Commander
Black,
Snow," and he's like, what's his name?
Mormont. We have Mormont down as the last commander of the Night's Watch, and then he's like, "Yes." He's like,
He
"Why didn't the
died.
Maester send?"
Maester Aemon, he's dead too.
He's like, "Oh,
and
well,
he's like, this is irregular, and he's like,
I know we
yeah.
probably talked about it, but I still didn't even know that he was like a Targaryen. I totally didn't even realize that.
Aemon Targaryen, yeah, I knew
it's
he
fucking
was.
crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
he
the silver
mentions
hair.
it a few times.
Mhm.
When he dies, he actually he talks about his brother in his death.
Really?
Like he's like Dunk. He calls him Egg. Aegon Targaryen, and he's like talking to him before he dies. But yeah, I thought seeing the Citadel was cool.
We
Dude,
see the vast
it's like
library
very like the Library of Alexandria type feel, where like this is where all the knowledge of the world
everything
is.
has been stored. Yeah.
And like what I think this is going to be, he's either going to find something about the White Walkers or like something in that vein.
I think that's all he's gonna do is just
like
look
kind
into
of like
all
the not the weakness. What am I looking for? Like kind of like the ultimate weapon.
the way to stop them, like the reverse spell that basically will
whatever. Yeah.
do whatever it can. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It should be really cool stuff. I can't wait to see what he learns in there. Well, I think in there we might see the records about Jon, and maybe no, we wouldn't.
There
would we?
wouldn't. There's
Yeah,
no
because
one
they,
new except Bran does. So like let's talk about like you know, it's going to be interesting to see Bran. You know, I assume he's going to Winterfell, right? And where else is he going to go?
Yeah, same. That makes the only.
I mean, I guess
makes
he
only
doesn't
sense
really
to me.
know. I mean, I guess he's going to cross through the wall and get into Castle Black, and they're going to tell him.
Like,
So-
we didn't even get a reaction from Bran about this. Like, he
No,
just,
we didn't.
We cut away right
Said
after.
little baby John,
It's like, and it cuts to Jon. And
true
that's
King of the North.
King of the North.
King of the North. That
That
was
was a
so
great
epic.
scene,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, well, you know what? We didn't talk about Littlefinger.
That's right. So Sansa and Littlefinger have a conversation, and Littlefinger's like, I have this dream. Whenever I close my eyes, I see me on the Iron Throne, and you.
That
next
was
to me."
nuts. I did not expect him to say that. I know he likes Sansa, and I knew he wants to marry her. I didn't know he wanted
He's the
to
next best thing
he
to
never,
Catman.
He never says that, and I'm just like,
I
why
read
the
it.
hell? How?
Dude,
how?
because he's a weird.
And
He
he's just-
wanted.
And that end scene when everyone's cheering in the hall, and he just looks at her. I'm like, oh my.
Well, he's getting
dude.
under her skin.
He's
He's
plotting,
Yeah.
dude. He is going to try and do something. Like, if Sansa dies, Littlefinger's gonna kill her. In my opinion. Because guess what? Like,
they chose their king. Jon's their king, and that's the thing. Like, Sansa was not chosen. Like, she is the Stark. But I mean, even she says it. Like, she's like, you should be the one to have it. You should have the Lord's house or the Lord's
John's
bedroom.
really humble. Oh, and we forgot to talk about something else, but we'll get to it. Yeah, Littlefinger's plotting, dude. He's gonna do something next season. He wasn't really in this season a lot, which, you know, thanks for bringing the veil, but like that's all we
But
need.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And Davos and Shireen.
That's right.
So you know, Davos finds the little the Baratheon stag in the fire from the camp, and you know he gave it to Shireen, and he realizes that she's dead, and like he confronts Melisandre about it. She spills the beans and pretty much, you know, confesses and is kind of sorry about, like, you know, that it happened.
and she
But,
was like,
like,
I was wrong. I didn't mean to do this, and he's.
It's not. She didn't say she didn't mean to, but
well,
like,
no, she was wrong. She made a mistake, and then Davos goes, "Well, how many people died because you were wrong?" And they go on this whole thing, and he's like, "All right, well, kill her, like execute her, like she killed a child. There's no point." And then Jon has this whole dilemma. I will admit, this part was like, I
didn't want her to die.
No, I didn't want her to die, but I was like, okay, I feel like this is. I realize that this is a big deal, and Davos, I'm really sorry, but like, we kind of need her. Right now.
Not even that we need her,
like,
but like, there's something to all what she's doing.
I'd say, I'm sorry. I think we just have to table this for now. Once we deal with White Walkers,
like, where do you think she's gonna go? In my opinion, remember I was talking to somebody today, a kid from work. She says to Arya that they'll meet again. Maybe she'll go to the Brotherhood without banners. You know, maybe her and Arya will meet up. But like, you know,
I think Arya is going to Winterfell next.
Oh, we didn't even fucking talk about Walder Frey. I love how we
got Frey pie.
You know that's a real thing,
yeah,
right?
I know.
That's like a real
So we cut to the scene with Walder Frey, and I gotta say it was set up well.
Yeah. So one of the scenes is like Jaime's there, and like he's just not about Walder Frey. He doesn't like him. You can tell.
He's talking.
And he doesn't like the fact that he thinks he's like hot shit.
Yeah.
And like he's just like, dude, without like how many times do we have to go say fucking River Run for you? Why don't we just do it ourselves?
Yeah, he's like,
a thing.
Yeah, he says basically if we need to go take it back every time, there's no reason for us to even have it here.
Jamie,
I'm
Filch from Harry Potter.
So, did you know fucking Sansa's cat was Hermione's mom from Harry Potter?
What?
Yeah.
When in like a flashback?
The third one or like the seventh one,
like a flashback.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wasn't that funny?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Fucking
small.
The
world.
Janitor killed her mom. What the fuck?
Okay, so yeah, we got our scene with Walder Frey. He's stuffing his face, eating, and one of the servants brings him some pie, and then we realize.
And he just keeps talking. He's like, where are my sons? Like, they were supposed to meet me here by midday, and then this girl, you don't even know who she is talking to him. She's like, they're here, my lord. And he's like, what? And he's like, they're here. She's like, they're here. No, here. And then she points to the pie, and he just peels off a layer, and you just see a toe. And then he starts throwing up. And he's freaking out. And I thought, I'm like, did Jaime have him killed? Like
I had no idea.
I was like, and then all of a sudden, Arya just rips off a face, and it's her. And she's like, I want you to look into a Stark's face and see him smiling at you.
I love the way she says her name.
And she's just literally, he tries to get up, and she just pulls him down, and just slowly just.
And I told you before we started recording, but like I literally like turned to my mom, and I was like, I really hope Walder Frey gets his throat slit. I was like, oh well, that's ironic, and it's cool because like Kat dies the same way. Kat gets her throat slit.
Yeah, no,
so,
like,
it's very symbolic and like that method. And you know, she crossed a person off her list. Walder Frey, who's gonna miss Walder Frey? No one. Like in the grand scheme of things, he does not matter in the game, but like,
yeah, Walder Frey, he's gone. Glad Arya did it. Didn't see that coming at all. I thought we were done with her for the whole
I really did. And I thought we were done with her. You know, we would get into her story in like season 7. But you know, I'm glad she crossed him off the list because, like, yeah, in like the grand scheme of things, he isn't, you know, a big part in the game. He was just like a pawn of the Lannisters, essentially. Not a pawn, but like,
well, he was just the only reason he was even inducted with the Lannisters was because he had an opportunity to betray the Starks. He was able to lead them into a place where they felt comfortable and literally just killed them.
Exactly.
That was it. He just had that opportunity. And I think that basically wraps it up, right?
We didn't miss anything.
I don't think we did. We got Bran, we got Jon, we got Cersei,
Johnny Targaryen.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Johnny Targaryen. That's weird.
So, like, for season 7, you know, I know where Daenerys is going. It's pretty obvious.
Westeros, obviously.
No, like, literally. I mean, like, she's going to try to take the throne, a.k.a. go to King's Landing and fuck Cersei's day up.
That should be an interesting show.
Where Jon is going is the question. Obviously, they need to stay in the north to fight the White Walkers, but, like, him and Daenerys are going to need to team up. So, like, my like, perfect Game of Thrones ending is Jon and Dany kind of becoming king and queen. Because, like, guess the Targaryens married each other to, like, keep their bloodline pure.
So was Rhaegar her brother?
Jon is
would be his
Daenerys
niece.
is target. Daenerys is Jon's aunt.
Yeah,
I mean, they're very close in
in
age, but
extremely
like,
so. Yeah,
yeah. So Rhaegar must have been like 9 to 10 years older than her.
Easily,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
she was a really little
Well,
kid.
no, I don't even, yeah.
When the
I
Mad
think
King
she's
stuff
like,
happened, she was a kid. She was
I think
young.
she was like 6, like
She was
5 or 6.
She was conscious enough to know, but like,
She doesn't remember everything. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think she was
yeah.
probably around 5 or 6. John was born
so
around
like
that
5
time.
or probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years apart. You
Yeah.
could probably look it up.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I'm wondering what's gonna get him down south.
I agree. I don't know because all you can see right now is him just staying up north to fight the White Walkers.
Yeah,
and
he's
there
got
was
the
one,
North with him. Like the Northern story is done. Like the North is unified.
Yeah,
under
and there was
under the
one
Stark
really
banner.
interesting thing that we did forget to mention in the Benjen scene, when he's dropping Bran off, and he's like, why are you dropping us off here? Why aren't you coming down? He's like, I can't pass this wall. Like, there's ancient spells built.
I knew he was dead.
No,
I think it was
I know.
pretty
No,
clear
it's
he
not.
was dead.
Oh no, it's not that I didn't know he was dead. It's just I didn't realize like he's when he says
There's
like
something
there's all these
keeping
there's spells basically placed on the base of the foundation of the wall when it was built to keep White Walkers out. So Bran's marked by the Night's King. If he passes through there, will the Night King be able to go through now?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Like
I mean, like,
because remember how he was able to get into the one place?
I think he marked him and like he saw him there, so therefore he could.
Well, no, he just
I'm
marked
not sure.
him.
I'm
so
not sure. You know, but
the
yeah,
way
it's
he
a good point. It's a good
right?
point.
Like, isn't
I just
that
kind of
just-
hope that's not the truth.
I mean, it would make the most. Like, what if he like passed through the wall and it just crumbled after he got out of it because he literally his mark breaks all the seals. Crazy scene. I'm just saying, it's a thought.
Well, think about it. Put it on the back burner. Do
Yeah,
what
but
you
we'll
gotta
get
do.
we'll get it going.
But yeah, that's the end of our. Anything else?
I think that's it. I think that about wraps up our big, grand
Yeah.
Game of Thrones episode this week.
Yeah, the bonus episode.
The bonus, as we've come to call it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks
we
for listening,
also
guys.
have our other episode going up this week. Unfortunately, we missed out on E3, which we'll get it. Yeah, no. What are you gonna do?
Shit happens. Saves, corrupt as soon as I try to save them.
Computers, technology, all that good stuff.
All right,
Be
thanks.
sure
for
to listen to our other episode this week. Thanks for listening.
Yep.
Have a good one.